Hello everyone, welcome to this new video on Python full course class 4. Today we will talk about the fourth data structure, that is sets. So far we have covered lists, we have covered tuples, we have covered dictionaries. Now comes another very important class of data structure, that is called sets. I'm sure you would have heard this word somewhere, while using some mathematics or maybe some other programming language. You would have heard about sets. So I'll explain what is sets actually. So if I talk about the definition, set is a data structure which stores, first of all, unique values. It stores unique values and they are unordered. So these are the two most important characteristics of a set. So how does a set look like? So it is just like we used in dictionaries, we used curly braces, or you call flower braces. So similarly we define set. So a set looks like this only. For example, let's say A is equal to, this is a set and it is a set of numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is called a set. Okay. So the two important properties, as I mentioned, that it does not have any order. So there is no indexing here. So just like we used to in dictionary. In dictionary there was no indexing, so you won't find like 0. So you cannot do like a set of A is 0 equal to 1. So this operation is not because these are unordered. The order does not matter. 4 can come anywhere, 3 can come anywhere, 2 can come anywhere, or 1 can come anywhere. So this is the first important thing, that it is unordered. Second, it means it has unique values. So a set cannot contain a duplicate value. For example, a set cannot be like this: 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. This is not possible with sets. So if you pass these values, set will automatically convert them to 1, 2, 3. So this is how a set look like. So these are the two important properties. As I mentioned, they are unique, they are unordered. And the third important property about sets, that sets are immutable. What are immutable? Means they cannot be changed. The values cannot be changed. You can add things. So for example, you cannot do like A of 2 is equal to something else. So that is not possible. So sets are unchangeable, unordered, and unique value elements. So sets contain these type of elements. So I hope this basic introduction is clear to you about sets. So just let me erase this. We will talk about what are we going to cover in this particular video, and then we will move ahead to Python workbook, and where we will see what all how to actually start creating sets, how to actually start playing with playing around them. So okay, so first of all we will understand like the simple architecture that we have been following. First of all, we will understand how to create sets. Okay, how to create a set. After that, how do we access elements of a set? Then how do we modify a set? And then we will go through how to what are various methods. Then we will study about some join operations, and then we are going to do some practical questions, practical example, practical concepts. I will say questions we will start practicing later, but it's important to go through the concepts. So this is what we have in video. So we will and we have the Python workbook as well. So let me just walk you through this. So the table of contents is, first we'll read about introduction, then we'll read about creating sets, then how to access them, how to modify sets, then set operations, and then union, intersection, different, like whatever things are there. And then we understand some methods, properties, practical examples. So we have a lot of great topics coming up in sets. So I'll move forward with how to create a specific set, and so please follow me along with this. Try to open a Python notebook yourself as well. So let us start with the first topic, that is how to create a set. How do we actually create sets? Okay, so there are three methods to do it, just like we did in tuples, just like we did in lists, just like we did in dictionary. So I will I'll walk you through that. First of all, let's see one. So first of all, let's see one thing. Yeah, when we created a dictionary, what used to happen? So now let's move to the third method of creating a list. So this is will be called type change. Remember, we have already spoken about this in previous like tuples and list as well, that you can convert a tuple to list and you can convert a list to tuple. Both you can do. Similarly, you can do, wait a second. So similarly you can do for sets as well. So what you do that, let's say the format for this is you take D. Let's say this is my set. Let's name it S. Let's name it S equal to, you use the keyword set and you use the brackets. In this bracket, you can pass any list. So for example, you can pass a list of numbers like this, 6 and so on. Or you can pass set, you can do tuple as well, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Right? And it will automatically convert it to a set. So let's test this out. Let's go to our Python workbook. So let's say, let me create a list 1. List 1 is equal to 100, 101, 102, 103, and let's say name it 104. Okay, now if I check the type of list 1, of course it will be a list 1. So I'm just showing you guys that, okay, this is a type, this type is list 1 now. Now let's say create a set that is set1, that is equal to, I use this brackets and I pass list 1. Now if I print set1, what will I get? These will be, I'm getting something like this. Now let's, so sorry, I didn't use the keyword set here. Yeah. So I have to use the keyword set here. Now if I do, now I print the set S1. See, this is converted to set. Now let me check the type of set1. Remember, Python is case sensitive. So if you are using capital S like this, whereas my name is small s, it will throw you an error. So let me show you. If I use set1, it will throw me an error that set1 is not defined. So you need to use, you need to ensure your like caps lock is on or and off correspondingly. So this is a type set. So that's how we convert it. Now let's find out another way. Set2 is equal to, we use set and inside this we pass a tuple. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's print set2. Again, it's a SE2. Okay. Now see, we have converted a tuple to set. So this is how we can create sets using three methods. The first method was directly using the set keyword and passing a blank set. Second is using this curly braces and you can simply pass the values inside it. And third is you can pass a list or a tuple and it will use the set keyword and it will by default convert it into same. So this is how we create sets. And now we will move forward by talking about accessing, how to access various set elements. Now we will discuss about how to access the elements of a set. So we have seen how to create a set. Now we will see how to access elements of a set. Okay. So remember, there are two things. One is ordered and other is unordered. So like list and tuples are ordered, because what happens that they have that index. So whenever we have to call a list, we do like something like list and we call it 0 and we get the number. And unordered is dictionary. So here we cannot, in dictionary we cannot call something by the name of just passing an index. So there is no index here in unordered. You have to call by passing a name, and here you can call it by passing an index. So what is a set? Set is an unordered data structure. Unordered data structure. So remember this. We cannot do, for example, let's say there is a set S is equal to 1, 2, 3. And if you think we can call S of 0 equal to 1, then this is incorrect. Let me show you. So let's go to the code. For example, let's say, let me delete it few of the sheets. Okay. So my set is 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now if I do S0, it will throw me an error that set subject object is not subscriptable. So any subject that is or any object, if it is ordered, then only you can subscript it like this. So how to call something here? So how to access an element? There are two methods. Sorry, there are one method. There is one method. One is a membership test. So I will speak about it. What is a membership test? We did the membership test in dictionary as well. So what we do here, the first method is by using loops. Again, if you don't understand loops, it's totally fine. We have a separate video on loops. I'm just showing you how it works. And the second method is membership test. Second method will be membership test. So these are the two methods through which you can get to know an element in a set. So what you do, let's say we use a for loop. So let us say this is a set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how do you write it? You write, for example, for. This is a keyword. This is a keyword. You call it a reserved keyword in Python. This is a reserved keyword. So you cannot change it. So for, now you pass in, for example, let's say you are iterating over various elements. Okay. So let's say you name your iterator something like A. For A in S. So this is S. So for A in S, print A. So this is a loop where loop starts. What will happen? That it will iterate for all elements in S. So first of all, it will go for 1. Then it goes for 1. Then it comes here. It checks. Okay, the action that I need to do is print A. So it will print 1. After 1, it will move to 2. Now when it moves to 2, it will come again to print A. Now here A's value is 2. So it will print 2. Now after 2, it moves to 3. Now A's value has been changed to 3. So it will print 3. And like this 4, 5, it will print. So this is how you can access the elements of a set. There is no other method that you can access it. So for example, let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now how will I access it? For A in S, print A. So this is how you print the elements of a set. So I hope it is clear. Let's try one more method. Let's say this is S is equal to, let's say P is equal to, let's give some names. So James, Harry, Potter. Okay, now let's name Snape. So let's see, these are the names. So what I will do for names, see, this names has nothing to do. You can change, you can keep it anything. You can name it names or you can say it A. This is an iterator. It will by default iterate in this. So you can call it A, you can call it B, you can call it names or something else. So, or you can say for I in P, print I. So it will print you all the names. So this is how you access the elements in a set. So this was the first method how you access any element. The second is membership test. So membership test is very simple. You write down that, for example, for example, I want to check whether in this particular set S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to check if 1 is present in set or not. So what I will do, 1 in S. when I type this, it will give me a true or a false. It's a Boolean value. So if I type, so it will give me true. Now if I do 6 in S, it will give me false. So that's how it is done. Let's test this out as well. Let's go to sheet. Now I have this set here. Now I want to check James in P. So it is giving me true. Now let's change James to Lily. Okay, now it will, because Lily is not there, it will throw me a false. So that is called a membership test. So how to access elements in a set? You can use loops or you can use membership test. So remember these keywords, like where you use one, in, S. So these keywords are important. Let's go to the R sheet. So if you see, there are multiple methods. So first is iterating through a set. As we did, you can do using loops. For fruit in fruit set, print fruit, and then you can check membership test as well. So this is exactly what we did. You can so we need to define the fruit set here. So let me run this code first, and then if I run here, so you'll get the values. So this is how you can access the elements of a set. Let us now talk about modifying the sets. So how to modify my set? If I have a set, how do I modify it? So we'll be discussing about two things here. First is how to add element in a set, okay, and then second, how to remove anything from a set. So either I add or I remove. To add, if you remember, we had list. We used to do append. When we had a list, we used to do list.append, and we used to add to that particular list. In sets, the keyword is different. We use simply the word add. So for example, let's say there is a set S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. If I have just to add something, I will do S dot add and I will add the value. For example, let's say I have to add 6. So, and then I will print the set. I will get that result. So let's test this out. So let's just test this out. Just a second. Okay. So let me go here. I have a set S equal to this. Now I want to do S dot add. I want to add 10 to this set. Okay. Then I want to print S. So see, I have got 10. So this is how you add element in a set. So let's check our example as well. For example, adding an element. So we had a set of fruits. So fruit set we were having here apple, banana and cherry. So what we did, we were having this fruit set apple, banana and cherry. We have to add orange to it. So what we do, fruit sets dot add, and we just rename that particular thing and we print it, and we will get the corresponding updated sets as we want. Now next thing similar to this is how to remove an element, basically how to delete anything from my set. So there are two methods to do that. I will discuss them in detail. First is simple. It is very obvious. It is remove keyword. Then also there is a method of discard, and then there is a method called pop. So we will discuss all the three. How are these different from each other? How remove is different, how discard is different, how pop is different. So let's first of all, let me show you by typing. So for example, let us say we have a set again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. S is equal to this. First thing, if I do S dot remove 1, so it will directly remove 1 and my set S will be updated. So, but it will only remove those elements which are present in a set. Only remove elements that are in test, that are present in test. Okay, that are present in set S. Now you might be asking that why will I remove something which is not in set? So thing is that when we do some looping test when we do advanced coding, right? We have to ensure that if in future anything something like comes, we want to discard it. There we need to use those words. We have to ensure that in future if any such word comes in my set, I automatically remove it. So that's why there this s.remove will not work. So let me show you. So for example, if I do here s.remove 10, this will throw me an error. So let me show you how it works. So we go here, we have this s set as 1 2 3 4 5 10. So if I have to remove 10, what will I do? s.remove 10, and then I print s. So if I do this, I will see my 10 is removed. Now let us do one thing. Let's remove 50 from this. s.remove 50. 50 is not present in my current set. If I try to remove this 50 from set, it will throw me a key error that okay, this key is not present. Okay, so to overcome this, we use discard. There is a method called discard. So method called discard. These are keywords only. So what you do, s.discard. This covers for everything. Here you can put anything. You can put something that is in set as well and something that is not in set as well. So you can put 1 as well, or you can put 10 as well. So it will not throw an error. So let's test this out as well. So let's go to our sheet. So for example, we have, let me run this again. So okay, so this is my set. Okay, so now I do s.discard and I do 10. So if I now print s, I am getting the set. Now thing is, the main thing why discard is helpful. For example, I want to do something like this, s.discard, and I want to write down 50. So it will not throw me an error. So if I do print s, it will still give me s. So see how discard helps. If you want to remove, if you want to test some conditions, right, in future, so you by default, I will suggest that use discard if you have to remove something from set. The third thing comes up is pop. What pop does is pop randomly deletes the first value that was inserted. So the third element that is there is pop. How to remove? We have been using these keywords like quite extensively. So when you do pop, it will randomly, not randomly, it will remove the element which came first. The element which, I'm sorry for my handwriting actually, which came first. So this is how you remove the element which came first. So for example, let's say let me show you through example only that. So let me remove some of the items. Okay, so let's say I have a set with value 1 only. Let's say I have a set with value 5. Okay, now I print it. Let me print s. Okay, now what I do that I add some elements. So I do s.add, I do 5, and let's try if it takes 2 values or not. It takes exactly 1 argument. So you cannot add 2 values. You'll have to add it multiple times. Okay, so let's say we added after 5 we added 10, and then we added s.add 15. Then we do s.add 20. Okay, and then we print s. So we have got a set. Now if I do s.pop, so what will it will do? It will remove 10. So because in this particular order, s was created earlier, I randomly added 3 values, and because 10 came first, it actually removed 10 first. So now let's say we have a set s equal to 1 2 3 4 5. Now let's say I do s dot pop, it will remove 1. So in my last operation, right, whichever was my first element, that was first come first eliminated, so it eliminates in that way. So these are the three methods using which we can remove elements from my set. Let's look at the example as well. So here is s dot remove, you just name it and or you can discard it. So because see, pineapple is not present in this fruit set, but when I am passing discard pineapple, it is not throwing me an error. Now when I run it, so it will work perfectly. The last thing with it is clear. So in clear, you basically empty all your set. For example, I do s dot clear, and if I do this, it will empty my set. Now if I print s, I'll get an empty set. So that is how it works. So this was about adding or removing any element from my set. So after this, we will talk about the set operations. So just have a look at how we added, how we removed things from my set so far. So now let's discuss one of the major or key aspects of sets, that is operations in sets. So what are the various operations allowed in a set? So there are generally 4 operations, that is union, intersection, so one of them is union, one is intersection, one is difference, and 4th is symmetric difference. Okay, symmetric difference. So let me explain you through this example. So for example, let us say we have set 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. Set 2 is equal to 4, 5, 6, 7. So let us say we have 2 sets like this. Now let me draw them here. So let's say this is set 1 and this is set 2. So this is set 1 and this is set 2. Okay. Now if I see, it has 3 parts. So this is part 1. This is part 2, this internal part, and this is part 3. Okay. Now, if you see that this part is something that is common to both sets. So this is called intersection. This part is only S1. This is only S1. And this part is only S2. Okay. So when we say union, so the first part that we do is when we say that what is the union of a set of 2 sets. So union is basically only S1, so P1 plus P2 plus P3. So union will be P1 plus P2 plus P3. Okay, so for example here, what is P1? P1 is 1, 2 and 3. P3 is 5, 6 and 7. And what is P2? P2 is the common part, that is 4. That is 4. So 4 is the common element in both this. So what will be the union? Union of these 2 sets will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this is called union of 2 sets. Now come to the intersection. Intersection of 2 sets means the elements which are common to both sets. So which is that part? It is P2. So intersection will be is equal to P2 and this will be equal to intersection set will be equal to 4. Now let's come to difference. So when we say difference with respect to S1, so it will mean S1 minus S2. So it will mean S1, either it will be S1 only or S2 only, depends on what context you are speaking. If you want S1 minus S2, then it will be S1 only. So if you want so if you are saying I want a difference, that is I want S1 minus S2, that is S2 that is equal to S1 only. That is the element that are only lying in S1. And if you are doing S2 minus S1, that will be the elements which are lying in S2 only, not S1. So so here it will be 1, 2, 3, and here it will be 5, 6, 7. Now comes the symmetric difference. So symmetric difference means P1 plus P3. So that is, it removes the intersection part. So P1 plus P3. It does not include the intersection part. It only means either this one or this one. It does not include this one. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So this is what is called, so these are the four major operations: union, intersection, difference, and symmetric difference. So you should know what are we exactly talking about. So let's go to the Python workbook and let's read about it, and then we will apply on our practical use case. So we have a case here that set A and set B. So let's copy them from here. Let's let me show you from start. So we have two, set A and set B, right? We have got set A and set B. So there are two methods to use the union method. So first is you do union keyword, and second you use the operator. So for example, this is my set A. So so let's say I have to do union. So union. So what I will do, that set, so let's say my union set is this: union is equal to set A, set underscore A dot union. I want to take the union with set underscore B, and now I print union. So what was my, if I see what was my union, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, everything should come. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everything should come. Now let me print this. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everything comes. So this is the first method of using union. There's a second method as well, that is using this operator. This is I'm not sure how to pronounce this exactly, but you can use this operator by directly using set A, and this is a sign for union, and you do set B. So for example, let me do again: union 2 is equal to set A, and then you use this sign and you use set underscore B, and now you print union 2. So this is how you got the union of the two sets. So these are the two methods to get the union of the two sets. Now let's talk about intersection. And what was intersection? Intersection was the common elements. The common, that is 4 only in this case. So how are we doing? The intersection of two sets is a set containing only the elements that are common to both the sets, and we use intersection method or the AND operator. So we are using intersection or AND. So let's go do the first method. So let's do inter 1. So what was that? It was set underscore A dot intersection set underscore B, and we do print inter 1. Okay. So see, I got 3. 3 is common to both the sets. So this is what it's called intersection. And there was another method that we can do. For example, inter 2, we can use ampersand sign. So what we do here, set A, and then we use ampersand sign. So it is set underscore A ampersand, and we use set underscore B, and now we print inter 2. Let's see what comes. 3, right? So we did union, we did intersection. So after union and intersection, we have difference. We did the intersection. Now we have the difference of two sets is a set containing elements that are in the first set but not in the second set, and we can use difference or the hash operator, so dash operator. So for example, when I do difference of set A with set B, so I mean elements which are in set A but not in set B. So let me show you. So let's say I want to show the difference 1. This is equal to set underscore A. Just cross the set A, and you use either dot difference or you use minus sign. So you can use dot difference and you use set underscore B. Now if you print diff1, so you have got 1, 2, because 1, 2 are the elements which are only to set A. Now let's say I change the order of set. Let's say I want set B minus set A. So what I will do, I will change the order. Now I will get 4 and 5. Now I get 4 and 5. So you have to see which set you want to keep first and which set you want to keep the second. So similarly, let's say diff2, it is equal to set underscore A minus set underscore B. And now if I print diff2, it will show me 1, 2, or we can simply change the order as well. Diff minus set A. It is simple minus keyword that we are using, and we got 4 and 5. So this is how intersection works, this is how union works, and this is how difference works. So for example, we were doing a difference here. Let me just write it down. Difference here. So these are three things. We did intersection, difference. Now come the symmetric difference. So what is a symmetric difference? Symmetric difference of two sets is a set containing elements that are in either set but not in both. What we did here, P1 plus P3 but not P2. We don't want this. Okay, so how to do this? Use symmetric difference keyword or this operator. So there are two methods to use it. Either you use symmetric difference and you use this particular sign. So let me show you. So let's remove this difference. Let me delete it. So let's do diff1. So let's do symmetric difference. Symmetric difference 1 is equal to set underscore A dot symmetric underscore difference, and we part set underscore B. And now if you print symm1 and let's print it. So we got 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. We didn't get 3, which was common to both. And will there be any difference if I change the order? It will not be, because we are removing the common part anyways. So we will get everything which are in both set A and B. Now, what was the other method that we saw? We can do symmetric 2 equal to set underscore A, and we use with the power sign, and we do set underscore B. And now if I print mm2, so now also we got symmetric difference. So these were the 4 basic operations that we do. So it was union, intersection, difference, and symmetric difference. So please try this on your own. And now we will move to the next method. That there are 6 methods: add, remove, discard. I will speak about them. So they're very simple. Add is something that we just did, that how to add an element to set A, right? So you do set A dot add element, it will add it. Remove, we just did previous to this. Discard, we just did. We did clear as well. So these 4 operations we have just done. Now let me walk you through these 4 operations. Copy, is disjoint, is subset, and is superset. Okay, so let me walk you through. So let me clear this meanwhile. Okay. So the first thing is copy. Set B equal to set A dot copy. So let's see what it does. So let's say we have a set A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now what I want to do, let me check the operation. So is a copy. So set B equal to set A dot copy. It returns a shallow copy of the set. So it is just copying down the set. So what you do, set B is equal to set A dot copy. Remember that copy is a method, set is an object. So this is a method, set A dot copy. Now if I print set B, I'll get the set A itself, right? So we use the copy method. So these are called the methods, set methods. If you remember, class, object and method. So there were the three things. So these are all the methods. Is disjoint, returns true if two sets have no elements in common. Okay, so if two sets have nothing in common, then it will return true. So for example, let's say this is set A and let's say this is set B. So set B, let it be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so set A, it is set A dot disjoint, right? Set A dot is disjoint. This is the keyword. Set A dot is disjoint set B, and when you run it, it will give you true because there is no common element. So that's why it is showing as true. What if there was something common? What if, let's say I put a 6 here? It will show me false. So this is a very common, I'm telling you, this is very, you might be thinking that this is a small thing. I mean, it's just a keyword, but when you do advanced DSA questions, right, there will be things, return those values which are not present in set B, set C. So there you will have to use, otherwise you will start, if you don't know this keyword, you will forget and you will have to build algorithm from scratch. And it's very difficult to recall everything at once. So remember this function, this method basically is disjoint. Now similarly, there is subset. So returns true if a set is a subset of another subset. So what is called a subset? Let me explain. So for example, let's say there is a set A. Now this set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and this set is B is equal to for example 1, 2, 3. So we call it a subset. We call it a subset when all the elements of one set lie inside the other set. So you can say this is a small part of A. That's what we can say. If there is any element that is not lying, then it will not be called a subset. So we can say B is subset of A. B is a subset of A, whereas A is not subset of B. A is not subset of B. Why? Because A has 5 elements. This has only 3 elements. It does not contain 4 and 5. So one has to be the subset of the other one. Okay, so this is called, so B is a subset of A and A is called a superset. So A is equal to superset because it contains all the element of B, and B is called the subset because B is called a subset of A because it contains part of A inside each other. So this is called, so for example, let me create a set. There is a set A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is a set A. This is set B. This is equal to 3, 4, 5. So what will be that B is a subset of A and A is a superset of B. That's how we say it. So is subset, it's simple. What we do, that A dot is subset of B. So is A a subset of B? No, A is a superset of B. So this will return me false. But if I do B, is B a subset of A? Yes. remember, these are very important keywords, because in DSA questions these things are asked very frequently, so you should remember. And what is, again, there is a thing of superset. So a superset, we know that A is a superset of B. So instead of sub, we will replace it with superset. So is B a superset of A? It will be false. But A is superset of B, so we will do B, and it will return true. So that was it. There are the 6 methods: add, remove, discard, clear. Copy is disjoint. Disjoint means 2 sets have nothing in common, and then there is subset and superset. So these are the key methods that you should remember. Don't forget it, because they are extensively used. So this was the example, I would say. Now let's move to next. Set properties. We know that sets are unordered. Elements in a set do not have any specific order. It means that they do not have indexes. All the elements in a set are unique. We tried to put 2 elements with same value. It only takes the unique value. Duplicate values are removed. So that's why when you hear the questions like remove the duplicates from this list, so what you do, you convert that list into a set in that case. Mutable sets can be modified by adding or removing elements. So a point is that it is, if you are adding a thing, you can add few things, but you cannot replace a thing. So this is a point. And iterable, so sets can be itered because you used for loops there. Now let's see these 2 examples. Okay, so before that, just ensure you have gone through all the concept once. So this is it, and now we start the questions. So remove a duplicate. So the question is, you are given a list. For example, remove the duplicate. So we have a list that the question 1 says we have a list. We have to remove the duplicate. So as I said, what you will do, you will convert this list into a set. So do you remember how to convert the list into a set? We used if you go to create set at the top, see, if you have to create a set from a list, you take the list and you pass inside a set keyword. So what you do, that num is equal to set of numbers. And now if you print num, okay, 1 2 3 4 5, so it does not has any duplicates now. So that's how you solve this question. So this was the first question. Let's see. It says that convert the list to set of numbers, and then we will use them. Second question is set operation on categories. So you have categories A and categories B. Okay, so our first question says we want to find the common categories. So what are the common elements in these 2? So how to find the common elements? We use the intersection. So let's say we can use category. So I'm just renaming it for my convenience. So we can do A dot intersection B, and if I print INTER, it will give me the intersection. So 3 4 5. How we have done it, you can also use and sign, ampersand sign that we use. All unique categories. So what is mean by all unique? Means all are disjoint. All are disjoint. Remember, if we did a disjoint thing here. So here it was how to do symmetric difference, basically. So symmetric difference you use to get the, so you used symmetric difference, all the distinct elements. So all the distinct elements, what will you do? Let me come back to the question. What does it ask? All unique categories. So you will just use a unique equal to A. You can either use this and now print unique 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Sorry, we need to run this. I'm sorry. Yeah. So dairy was the common, and when we run this, we get grains, vegetable, meat, dairy, fruits. So all the so let me read the question. Unique categories. So unique means which are, I'm assuming that it only appeared once, but they are saying that okay, it could be that they want only the distinct values, all the distinct values. So there we are using, this is called union. So you do a dot union. This is not symmetric difference. This should be union. Okay, union, and so you do a union b, and that's how you will get all the values. Okay. Third is categories in A but not in B. So what do we want here? We want A minus B. So we want A minus B. So simply we can do that DIFF is equal to A minus B, print A. Diff equal to, sorry, it should be equal to, right? So we got fruit, vegetable and dairy, which are only in, so difference is equal to A minus B. So we want in A, so we want categorical difference. So category A minus, so which are unique to A only. So if let me run this again. Okay, so we here did A minus B and we have to print DIFF. Okay, so we see fruits and vegetables which are only in category A, we have printed them. Now for the last question, categories in B but not in A. So what you will do, B minus A. So what you will do, DIFF1 is equal to B minus A, and print, you will do a print of DIFF1. You got grains and meat. So this is how you got you solved this question. These both are easy questions. You should try them out. And like you will get assignments as well. So which will be different questions than this, and you can definitely try them out. So this was our discussion on sets. We started with creating sets, then accessing the set elements, then modifying the set, then we did set operations, then we did some methods, and then we did properties, and we did a couple of examples. So some of the points: sets are unordered collection of elements. You can create a set using curly braces or set function. Sets do not support indexing because they are unordered, but they can be iterated. Common set operations include union, intersection that we just saw. Sets have several inbuilt methods. So we saw around 6 methods: add, remove, discard, is disjoint, copy. You need to remember this. This is very important. Sets are mutable but only allow immutable elements. Yeah, so that's what I was saying, that you can add something but you cannot replace it. So something like that. Practical example include removing duplicates, and so sets are mutable but only allow immutable elements. Okay, it makes sense. So practical example include removing duplicates and performing set of operations. So just like we did 2 questions here. If someone asks you, you have to remove duplicates from a tuple or a list. So what you do, you convert them into set. And if you have to do some operations, that okay, what value is present in this list but not in that list. So there also you can use set. So this was all the full detailed explanation of sets, I will say. So I hope you understand it. If you just try to solve the assignment, solve this booklet, I will save this booklet and share with you all, and solve the daily challenges question that will be posted. I hope you are solving the questions regularly. Again, I'm saying, if you're facing any problem, please DM us, comment on this YouTube video, or reach out to me personally. So thanks a lot for taking out time. It really means a lot that you guys are taking out time, spending so many hours on watching this video. That actually means you want to upskill yourself. So it's a very good go ahead. We have just started with the Python. This is not even, I would say, 5%. right? We have a long way to cover. I'm just giving you all the armories that you can have, so that once we start doing data structure and algorithms, the algorithm part, then these things become very important. Okay, so if you don't remember everything, that's totally fine, but you should know, okay, I have seen this somewhere. That should be your motive. And once you practice questions, you will remember these things all again. Even I don't remember all these methods and properties, to be honest. I don't remember everything. I have to sometimes look at it. So it's totally fine if you don't remember, but you should know there is something like add, there is something remove, so that you can refer it back to. So that's all. Thanks again for watching this video. We'll be coming up with next video on loops, and we have a workshop this weekend as well. So thanks again, guys.